What is going on, Dominated and today we are back with another video, and this time a reaction video and a breakdown video, you could say. We are going to react to the Chucky Season 3 Part 2 trailer today, and oh boy, I'm excited. It is 2 minutes and 22 seconds. I think it's a little shorter than that, but we are going to watch it first. We're going to watch it for the very first time. And then we are going to break it down as much as possible, screen by screen. So let's get into it. Great way to start already. Chucky in a wheelchair, something I never thought I would ever see. Okay.
Who would have thought it would all end like this?
Chucky, you're a cockroach. You always come back.
Not this time.
Don't you want to go down in history as the greatest serial killer of all time?
You're right. Whoever's left when the dust settles will always remember one name. Who the is Chucky?
Something is happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, something very serious.
What we're dealing with is supernatural. The spirits are trying to warn you about Chucky. He's dying for good this time.
He's the only one who knows where my sister is.
We have to hurry. Chucky's out for blood.
Charles Lee Ray.
We all live on one side of the knife or the other. It's just that my side
That was sick.
is a lot more fun.
Your family is in danger.
Hey, we're the heroes, remember?
Now, I'm going for the noose. Dan! My name is Chucky. Oh, I just love a good sequel.
Don't you?
Okay, hold up. I want to go straight to that. We have to go straight to that. I predicted this. I predicted this from the beginning of the show. Once we found out why he needed, like he needs to impress Dembala, right? For this show to continue. And the first thing I thought of is, wouldn't nuking somewhere be a big deal? And Dembala would probably say, you know what? Killing many innocent people, and that you could wipe out and I don't know where this show would go from there, because honestly that means you are going to, you've gone from killing babysitters to now you're going to have World War III on your hands. That's a little interesting to me, but maybe Jake and Devin, they got to get, and Lexi, they get, recalled for the war or whatever. But anyways, let's try to go scene by scene with this. I'm going to try my best to do this. I did kind of take a few pieces from this. Okay, so we all see these scenes. So this scene obviously makes a lot of sense. This is probably the first kill we'll have when we come back. Like, it has to, right? It has to be one of the first kills that we get back from. This is intriguing to me because he's calling Tiffany, and it just made watching this trailer makes no sense. Because even in the trailer, you can see up top in the things up here, it says, "Will Tiffany survive?" And at first I was like, oh yeah, she's walking away. But then you saw the needle for lethal injection. So I don't fucking know anymore. I don't know. And now,
And Tiff, who would have thought
look
it?
at this. She's walking to death row. Like, that is her walking to get the needle. But then, where is she? Because she is not... No way that she convinced this girl to give her, like, a room in the prison or something like that. But, I mean, I get it. She has the voodoo dolls. She could probably do that. This was interesting. I don't know. You can't really see his arm, but, like, does he already know he's alive? I don't know. So many questions here.
Don't you want to go down in history
Voodoo for dummies.
serial killer?
That's another reason. The bars and the windows. So this, I was curious on what this scene was, like, what he's looking down at. What we do know is that from the keyhole scene where the blood's coming from, that is this scene. This is the same scene. So obviously they're in the Oval Office, but I'm curious because this is probably early episode. I'm calling it like one of the first 2 episodes back, probably the first episode back. Like, because what I'm thinking, I know we're skipping ahead, but like when Lexi's sitting at like the dinner table and when they all are sitting near the dinner table, I think it's because what happened, like the mother inside the first lady is like, oh, I need to bring these kids in at least until I could figure out some way to lie and say that their, guardian is gone and stuff like that. But this is the same scene. They're obviously telling him some news. If I had to guess, possibly the first lady dying. We don't see her a lot in this trailer, but I don't know.
Whoever's left when the dust settles will
This was interesting to me. I mean, there's no way that this is actually written out in front of them, right? Like, there's no way.
is Chucky.
Like, that's what confused me. So now this is interesting because now that we know about the lethal injection, does Tiffany somehow escape? Nika's is there watching her die or trying to watch her die, but then now Nika is like, or she's escaping, so now the cop is looking to make sure that she doesn't escape. Some shit like that, because we obviously know Nika's gonna try to make sure she dies no matter what. This was intriguing to me, but I think this is just the same. There's something we don't know. Like, he's something wrong with him. We don't know. Something is up with him to where he's seeing these flashbacks or like he's seeing these visions of like I don't know what to call them. It's like he sees the events that have happened. Like, he's seeing that this is what's her face dead, or maybe someone told her the truth. Like his husband, or Jesus Louise, the agent finally told him, or his wife finally told him, and now he's like picturing everything, and I don't know, something like this. But he's definitely knows. So this is the scene I was talking about. This is obviously the voodoo lady too, or whatever, the one that does the seance stuff, because she's wearing the similar things, which makes me think that this has to happen all in like 3 days, or because we also have to think like Chucky is aging rapidly, so he's not living long. Like, so he probably got a good 3 days at the max. I'm very curious on that fucking blood, though. I don't know how that works, but we've seen some crazy shit. I don't know if these 2 scenes are connected, but they could be. And the president is kind of I don't even know. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, you're assuming that this has to be the mom, has to be like there's no way this is Chucky. I don't think it's anybody else any crazy. I think they make you want to have a dark silhouette because there's demons and ghosts and shit, but I think that this is just a normal time. This, I don't know who that kid is, but it almost looks like that's just like, I don't even know, but this is curious to me. There is another doll. And now, so if there's another doll for Chucky to go into, is that what they're going to try to do? I don't know. This is interesting to me as well. First of all, if you guys don't recognize this guy, we already know they bring him back. I forgot what his job is. I think he might be a makeup. He has been in the Chucky series before. I think he's also the guy who in Bride of Chucky or Seed of Chucky, I think it's Seed, where his face gets dissolved. I think this is the guy. I don't he has a bigger title than that. I don't remember what though. But then this scene's interesting.
He's the only one who knows where my sister is.
He obviously kills somebody, and on top, I don't know how that works, honestly. So now this is convincing me why What's Her Face is dead, because this is probably in like the last episode. You know, we're talking like probably the last few episodes, right? If not the last one. This is the security guard for him. Wonder where the little kid is, and maybe he's already dead. Then Lexi, Jake, Devin. This is intriguing to me too. Obviously, everyone's hands are locked except for theirs. So, like, are they having another fight? Or maybe I'm paused at the wrong time, and maybe they're like about to lock hands, whatever. But this is something I would pick up on. This is obviously the lady doing the seance, the agent, the vice president. This, I believe, is the lady that is doing all the interviews. I forget what her official title is. So this is interesting. So the fact that those two characters are gone makes me think like the son's dead and the mom's dead. But like, it's just so weird.
Charles Lee Ray.
This scene's sick.
We all live on one
But then this is like the doll area where that Chucky doll was. So I'm curious on why they're here and why.
side of the knife or the
This is the sickest scene ever. Now I'm a little salty that he is not, they didn't go with this version because technically this version's in the doll, but I guess now that he's aged, you can understand like, oh well, that's him now. But I do love that all the kids. Now it's kind of sketchy because this guy or the little kid looks CGI'd as hell. I noticed that.
it's just that the outside is a lot
And then obviously I don't know what we could take into this. Like, does he change back into a doll?
more.
But then there's still many question marks. Like, this is the fire. And I can't tell who that is. That's not Devin. That's a stunt guy. Okay. This scene's ridiculous. This scene is obviously lethal injection. But something else happens. There's no way this happened. Like, she's dead.
Your family is in danger.
Hey, we're the heroes.
Family's in danger, blah, blah, blah. They're probably going to finally do, just saying. There's no reason why they bring it into this video or bring it into this season without actually doing anything. This is intriguing. Obviously, this could be during the same time. I would probably guess like a security guard. I don't know who else would probably be dead up in here, but you never know. Every time I see Jake looks like 30 years older. Okay. So this is the same place with the doll. So that guy is connected in some sort of way to something. And then Caroline found him, which she still freaks me the fuck out. So now this scene makes no sense to me. We gotta slow motion this, and I'm sorry if this video is gonna be long, but we are breaking it down, okay? So he's running away from something. I would assume maybe he got news, or maybe he hears screaming, something like that. So this is interesting to me. He is yelling for Devin. Okay. Now, when I first saw this, I kind of wanted to assume Devin's dying here. But then you look at a scene like this, and it makes me feel like they are going to watch Jake die here. Especially that face. That face says a lot. So this is also interesting because this is what I also wanted to see. So this is obviously her in the lethal injection. Like, does Nika die instead? Like, I don't know. Like, what? This is interesting to me. she obviously is like, yeah, this is probably them trying to get her on to the chair, and then, but she is running away. So I don't know, I don't know. See, that makes me believe that he is watching his mom die or something. Like, he is watching his mom die or something like that. Now, this is interesting to me because this is like a medical equipment, no? Like, I can't really tell, but he's either about to die or some shit's happening. Now, I have no clue what's going on here, but this guy's obviously a fucking creep, so we don't know. They're watching. See, okay, so that was in the kids' room. And then he blows something up, I think, for a last-ditch effort. I don't know, man. I think at the end of this, there's no reason why they don't show him back in a doll. Like, there's no reason why they don't show... Like, what's the point of this scene? He somehow, someway gets back in the doll, I think, when it's all said and done. Or maybe this is you could argue, possibly a flashback scene. You know, you're possibly looking at him. This is when he's, like, noticing his aging again. Because look at, like, I don't know. This season's going to be... Oh... This season's gonna be interesting, man. I think that I like, if I had to make my final kill predictions, I do think that Devon Sawa always dies. So I mean, I would probably put Devon Sawa. I would honestly say the little kid, the mom, all die. What's his face might be the only kid that survives. One of the main three might die. And personally, I kind of want Devin to. I don't know. I just feel like you can't get rid of Jake and you can't get rid of Jake and you can't get rid of Lexi. But they might get rid of Jake. And then I'm interested, is Kyle or Andy going to come into this season at all? I probably would say no, just because I wonder if they are just like they don't care, like right now. They don't know they didn't see Chucky on TV, or they're not paying attention to anything at the White House. Then they might come in like the later episodes, but like, and who knows, they might try to get in contact with them and just be like, yo, Chucky's not dead. And then finally, I think Andy will always just come back and just be like, yeah, this is not going to happen. But who knows? This season's going to be the craziest. I am kind of upset that they probably could have taken a major advantage here. And if they didn't want to make this a full season, they could have made this part of movie, bro. Because this season is already crazy. And I think that, we only have 4 episodes left. And these 4 episodes might be the craziest episodes. I mean, we've already had crazy deaths every single season, every single episode. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of crazy crap happening. I think my final prediction is Chucky ends up either back in the doll with that weird doll collector, and he has I think the way he gets Damballa back is by nuking a city or something. Like, the only way World War III would not happen is if he, like, accidentally nuked, like, New York, like, or somewhere big, like, or even like a little city, I guess. Like, even if it was like a small state or like a small city in a state, like, maybe, but like, obviously that was like the ocean. That was probably like the Bahamas or something. So who knows, man? All I know is Chucky's a dog, one of my favorite killers of all time, and no matter how they decide to wrap this up, or no matter how this season ends or anything, this will be sick. So if you guys are excited as me, let me know. Put in your comments your predictions. Who do you think is going to be the last remaining people standing? Where do you think the story is going to go? I'm very curious on what you guys have to say. I'm sorry for the long video, but I wanted to break it down and have fun with it. So yeah, like this video if you liked it, comment down below, dominate the world, and I can't wait to watch this shit in April. So Have a nice day, night, whatever you're watching this, and deuces.